Hello everybody, it's Luca here. Today is my first time ever celebrating Transgender Day of Visibility since coming out as a transgender woman. I would like to first say that I'm ever so grateful for the position I'm in, as I've been able to comfortably, for the most part, live with my realized identity. My heart goes out to the individuals who have yet to come out, whether they aren't ready or simply are unable to right now. Whatever the struggle is, you're not alone in this world, and I extend my best wishes to you on your journeys. Today's video has changed tone a lot over the various weeks that I was preparing it. At first it was going to be a skit about dysphoria, then an attempt at a short film, and while I love these ideas, I've settled on a more serious topic, as it's something that I think needs to be brought up now more than ever. So on March 29, the state of Arkansas passed a bill that denies trans youth the access to the healthcare that they need. Specifically, the bill in question bans access to reversible puberty blockers and hormone therapy. If you don't know why these are important, perhaps you're a cis person or just someone who isn't informed, puberty blockers, which, as I previously mentioned, are reversible, do exactly what's advertised and simply postpones puberty in youth. Transphobes often bring up the argument that puberty blockers are unethical and will force a child into making a life-altering decision that they can't fix. This stance is not only false, as puberty blockers and their effects are reversible, the statement itself is heavily hypocritical and contradictory. Transphobes argue that forcing kids into using puberty blockers is making them take life-altering decisions and making them live a life that they don't want. First of all, how would you even know that this is the case? Do you know the child? Have you raised them, cared for them, and know them better than anyone else? Yeah, I don't think so. Face it, gender dysphoria is very much so real, and it affects people and kids in ways that you could never imagine. It's not as simple as, I feel girly today. This condition causes societal struggles, it causes depression, and without the right treatment, it can have lasting effects emotionally on the child when they grow up. Yes, some end up realizing that they aren't trans. Some realize they are comfortable with the gender that they were assigned with at birth. But to use that as an excuse to deny kids the help they need is just exposing how close-minded and bigoted you really are. Denying trans youth the correct treatment they need is not only a violation of basic human rights, it's effectively murder, and the blood of trans youth who unfortunately take their own lives as a result of depression due to gender dysphoria, systematic transphobia such as this, and bullying is on the hands of the people who sign these bills. This treatment is known to improve the psychological well-being of the youth who need them, and yet you deny them treatment and cause children to have a worse time growing up. You would dare argue that puberty blockers are child abuse, but you're conveniently blinded to the effects of denying the youth the help they need. What sense does that make? Sadly, it's not like any of this is new either. In 2020, the UK passed a bill that also bans puberty blockers to trans youth, and yet the people who passed the bill are being paraded as heroes for defending the children from making a life-altering decision. None of these claims about puberty blockers being child abuse, irreversible, or dangerous even hold any weight, and yet it's always the word that reaches the masses. Why is that? What can we do? Well, we need to save trans youth, and we can start acting before it's too late. It's not enough to be against transphobia, not when bills that are effectively killing youth and hurting the greater community are out here. If you don't believe puberty blockers and hormone therapy are healthcare, then you're delusional. The simplest thing that we can do is protest and speak out against this blatant discrimination. Make our voices heard. People in America, specifically Arkansas, this bill is still fresh, not even a day old. And if you consider yourself an ally, then please, help the community who needs it most. Take the effort to speak out against this injustice and oppose the bill. We mustn't be silenced. Events like Stonewall didn't happen for nothing, and we cannot let them kill off our trans youth. This Transgender Day of Visibility, let's please make the effort to put the visibility where it's really needed and help this community. Now, I don't want this to all be doom and gloom, as days, weeks, and months like this are still equally important for us to spread positivity and support wherever we can. And that's why in the description of this video I'll have links to GoFundMe pages set up by trans people who need help for surgery, therapy, or other related procedures. If you cannot donate, then please at least share them around. We have to do what we can for each other in this world, and I'm a firm believer in justice. To me, justice is helping out the people who need it, and while, right now, I'm not entirely comfortable exposing myself to the world as a woman, I'll be fighting where and however I can to stop these injustices. I wish I could have had a different upbringing and be shown that it was okay to question my identity when I was young. I never realized this until late into my teens and I regret it. So now I'll fight to help those kids get what they need. This video and this topic is hard to talk about, but it needs to be talked about. I wish to talk more about these topics in the future, but for today, I'll be ending the discussion here. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen to my video, and have a fantastic day.